Tennessee is preparing for a historic and rare execution as Christa Gail Pike, the only woman on the state's death row, is scheduled to be executed on September 30th, 2026. Pike, now 49, committed her crime at age 18 in 1995 when she and two accomplices lured 19-year-old Colleen Slemmer into the woods in Knoxville. There, Slemmer was beaten, stabbed, and bludgeoned, with a pentagram carved into her chest. Court records and news reports indicate that Pike displayed a piece of the victim's skull to schoolmates afterward, shocking the nation. If the execution is carried out, Pike would become the first woman executed in Tennessee in over 200 years, and only the 19th woman executed in modern U.S. history. Experts say this underlines the extreme rarity of female executions in the country, making Pike's case a significant legal and historical event. The Tennessee Supreme Court formally scheduled Pike's execution after more than 3 decades of legal proceedings, appeals, and reviews, a common feature of capital punishment cases. The delays in her case have given the public time to follow developments closely, reflecting the long and complex nature of death penalty cases in the United States. Robin Maher, executive director of the Death Penalty Information Center, explained that the small number of women executed nationally underscores how uncommon such cases are. Pike has remained Tennessee's only female death row inmate, making her execution historically notable. Legal experts observe that while female offenders on death row are rare, Pike's case, due to the brutality of her crime and her age at the time, continues to draw national attention and debate over capital punishment policies. Christa Gail Pike's case has raised broader discussions about the death penalty, gender, and crime. Advocates for capital punishment argue that her premeditated and brutal actions justify the ultimate sentence, while critics highlight concerns about fairness, mental health considerations, and whether gender influences sentencing outcomes. Pike's youth, just 18 years old at the time of the crime, also brings additional scrutiny, as her case highlights the tension between adult legal responsibility and the developmental stage of young offenders. Scholars and advocates are closely monitoring how Tennessee handles this execution, given its historical significance and the potential impact on public perception of the justice system and capital punishment policies across the United States. The 1995 crime that led to Pike's death sentence shocked the nation. Colleen Slemmer, 19, was lured into the woods by Pike and 2 other individuals, where she suffered multiple violent assaults, including stabbing and bludgeoning. The pentagram carved into Slemmer's chest and Pike's subsequent actions, such as showing a portion of the victim's skull to peers, fueled widespread media coverage and public outrage. Over the past 30 years, Pike has been incarcerated, navigating a lengthy appeals process that is typical in capital cases. As the scheduled execution date approaches, attention from local and national news outlets remains high, with many focusing on the historical context of executing a woman in Tennessee for the first time in over 2 centuries. If executed, Christa Gail Pike will join an extremely small group of women who have faced the death penalty in modern U.S. history, emphasizing how rare female executions are. Her case draws attention not only because of the crime's brutality, but also because it highlights broader discussions around gender, legal fairness, and the use of capital punishment in America. Pike's story serves as a reminder of the complexities involved in the death penalty, including long legal processes, appeals, and public debate. As Tennessee prepares for this execution, legal scholars, advocacy groups, and the public continue to closely monitor the case, recognizing its historical significance and the precedent it may set in discussions surrounding the death penalty for women.